Welcome back to Winners and Losers, the show that looks at the highs and lows from around world football this weekend. I'm Joe, and as ever, I'm joined by Patrick.
And our first winner this week is Benfica. They only lost 1-0 away at the Allianz last week, and then they got a crucial win this weekend.
Joe. Yeah, it was a great result at the Allianz, I thought. Most teams in Europe would take a 1-0 away at Bayern Munich with the hope of then going back to Portugal and getting a result. There's no harm in that at all. And then at the weekend, a 2-1 win over Sporting Academia, just to keep them ahead of Sporting Lisbon. So it's a good all-round week for Benfica.
Yeah, and Porto are way back. They're kind of 12 points behind them now. It looks like they're going to win the league, and they've been powered by this unbelievable goal-scoring run from Jonas. He's now got 32 goals in 40 games. He's got 30 in the league. That's the same as Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, that is quite phenomenal. He and Mitroglou have scored 53 goals in all competitions together, and I think that's becoming a bit of an unstoppable force in Portugal. I know Pep Guardiola touched slightly on them having the best defence in the whole of Europe this season before his game against them in the Champions League, but maybe it's their strike force that's even more deadly.
And they've also got this unbelievable array of midfield talent. I mean, we've all heard about Renato Sanchez. He's been linked with Man United, Real Madrid, Bayern, Arsenal. But there's this talent all over Portugal at the moment.
Yeah.
They've got Bernardo Silva, he's not playing in Portugal, but he's Portuguese. João Mario, William Carvalho, Ruben Neves.
But what we want to know is, can this young talent carry Benfica past Bayern and into the semi-final of the Champions League? What do you guys at home think? Let us know in the comments below. Our first loser of the weekend is a bit of a shocker, Pat, and it's Barcelona.
They've had a bad couple of weeks in La Liga. They lost El Clásico, then they went away to Sociedad this weekend, and they lost 1-0, as they seem to every year.
Yeah, and they also didn't have the best of times against Atletico midweek in the Champions League. They kind of scraped a win, but Luis Suarez arguably could have been sent off.
Yeah.
They looked a bit shaky before Torres got sent off. So not the best week for Enrique, and not the best week for Messi either.
Lionel Messi, unbelievably, now hasn't scored in 362 minutes in all competitions. That is insane. That's his worst drought since 2011. Lionel Messi.
That is unbelievable. Although Barcelona have a bit of a bogey team in Sociedad. Every time they go away, they seem to lose. The last manager to win there was Rijkaard in 2007. So Barcelona don't like going to Sociedad at all.
But it looks like it's going to be pretty exciting for the run-in. We talk a lot of shit about La Liga sometimes, about it being a two-horse race, but it's the smallest gap in the top 5 leagues. It's 4 points from Barca to Real in third, it's 13 points in England, 13 points in Italy, 26 points in Germany, and 28 points in France.
Yeah, that is an amazing statistic, but what we want to know is who's going to win La Liga? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Our next winner of the weekend is Andy Carroll, Andy Carroll. He scored a hat-trick against Arsenal. It was incredibly demoralising, as West Ham drew 3-3 with them at home. Joe, what did you think of Carroll?
He's now starting to stamp himself back in a very strong West Ham side again. And with players like Payet in behind him, Antonio on the wings, he looks like he's a real threat in that side.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, we talk about him being one-dimensional, but the one dimension he has, he is very, very good at. But it's interesting you talk about him stamping his mark on the team, because he maybe should have been sent off for a nasty little tackle on Laurent Koscielny in the first 10 minutes of the game.
He should, but what I think is most astounding about Carroll is just his physical dominance of the game.
Yeah.
He seems to pull 2 defenders in with him when most strikers would only pull 1 because they're simply concerned they're going to lose out physically to him. And then that allows the likes of Payet and Antonio and Lanzini to run off him and create space where there wouldn't otherwise be that space.
Maybe Arsene Wenger thought that he was going to be facing Valencia or Sacco, and that's why he didn't play Mertesacker. He put Gabriel in instead. Yeah,
and Gabriel got a little bit dominated, and now there's kind of a bit of chat that he could go to the Euros. I don't think it would be the worst idea. I think he offers a lot of diversity coming off the bench. Option that England haven't got aerially, and it allows you to lump balls into the box in the 80th minute onwards. He wouldn't start for me, but if he continues scoring, he wouldn't be the worst option. But what we want to know, what do you guys at home think? Should he go to the Euros, or is it just a one-hit wonder? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Our next loser comes from Germany, and it's Borussia Dortmund, Pat.
Well, they had a local derby against Schalke. They went ahead twice, but they got pegged back and ended up drawing 2-2, and that seems like it might effectively end the title race.
Yeah, I think it probably does end the title race, and it's an overall pretty poor week for Thomas Tuchel. Europa League wasn't great either against Liverpool. You'd be expecting them to win that game, a 1-1 result. Liverpool got the away goal as well. Not a particularly great day at the office. And then he goes to the weekend, a local derby, fans are expectant. He rests Weidenfeller, Gundogan, Aubameyang, Piszczek and Castro. And now there's massive pressure on that Anfield game. He has to win that if he's resting all those players in the derby.
Well, their form still has been absolutely unbelievable this season. They've played 18 games in 2016 and they haven't lost a single one. They've scored 119 goals in all competitions this season. The season's not over, and that's the most they've ever scored in a season. So it's not all doom and gloom.
But nevertheless, not a great week. They drew against Liverpool, drew against Schalke in a local derby. So Dortmund, you have to go in our losers column.
Our final winner of the week is Manchester City. They got a 2-1 win against West Brom. Samir Nasri returned from injury, and it's the first time they've recorded back-to-back league wins since October.
That's not a great statistic, but nevertheless, a good day for Manuel Pellegrini. Looks like it's starting to put some momentum together again, and Man United lost as well, so that made it an even better weekend. Yeah. Aguero scored. That's 11 Premier League goals in 2016. That's the same as Harry Kane for everyone at home, and Harry Kane's been getting all of the chat. So Aguero silently slipping along as he does, quality finisher, and West Brom got dispatched.
And also, City got a pretty decent result in the Champions League. Drawing 2-2 away at PSG is not a result to be sneezed at. Samir Nasri, though, mixed blessing. Came back, scored a goal, said he's the ideal Pep Guardiola player, which is a bit of a claim. Shit-talked Jesus Navas, said that he makes the team too predictable, and also sported one of the worst lids I've seen for a long, long time. I mean, it was an early 2000s Justin Timberlake lid.
Yeah, he had a good game though. Let's take nothing away. His lid may be shocking, but his performance was on it this weekend.
Yeah.
And maybe he's right under Pep Guardiola. He does offer a lot of different options. You can play right, left, centrally. He does a lot of work off the ball, which we all know Guardiola likes. He's got the ability to drop deep or work in behind. Whereas the likes of Jesus Navas, like Nasri says, he is one-dimensional. He's only going to get to the byline and cross the ball. So in terms of Pep Guardiola players, Samir Nasri is far more up Pep's street than Jesus Navas.
But is Samir Nasri Pep's perfect player, or is he going to be on the outskirts of the team next season? Let us know in the comments below.
Our final loser of the weekend has to be Aston Villa, hunting down their first Premier League relegation. What a load of garbage, Pat.
Well, I'd say I'm sad to see them go, but I think they do deserve to get relegated. They've got a goal difference of -41. That's staggering. They've lost 8 on the trot. I'd say it's unbelievable, but it's not the way they've been playing this season.
Yeah, and there's 3 massive teams. Villa, Sunderland and Newcastle all now look like they're teetering right on the edge. Huge numbers. They've got a combined stadium capacity of 145,000. These are 3 of the biggest teams in the Premier League's history, and they're being ruined.
Well, it also looks like they're just doing bad business. Like Jordan Ayew got a goal at the weekend, but it's his first since December. I mean, where do you think the blame for that lies?
The blame lies solely at the feet of Randy Lerner. He has sucked everything that's good out of Aston Villa, and I'm sure all of the Villa fans at home will agree with me that he's ruined the club. You deserve so much better than a man like that. His appointments have been poor. Remy Gard and Tim Sherwood were questionable. Some of his signings, Mika Richards, has been embarrassing this year for an experienced Premier League player. Joleon Lescott's been awful.
Horrible.
Jordan Ayew before the weekend hadn't scored since December. It's not good enough from Lerner, but you know, just my opinion. So let me know what you think, Villa fans, in the comments below.
So those are our winners and losers from the weekend, but who did we miss out? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you enjoyed this video with the Champions League just around the corner, why not check out the worst ever Champions League Winners 11? There's some pretty shocking players in there. And as ever, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Catch you next time.